Hi, everybody. Welcome to Huddle Time with Ronit. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm speaking to you right from Tucson, Arizona. A week ago, we were in Sedona, and as you know, this is Huddle Time show on the road. Yes, from everywhere we're going on the road, we're going to be bringing you some great experts here to join us and to share with you all the tricks and tips on and lessons and expertise that help you guys go through this bizarre year and come on the other hand really strong and really powerful, maybe more inspired, maybe with more new lessons, maybe to just let you know that it's okay. It's okay. We're all in this together. Together with Americans Beauty Show, we bring you every Monday some conversations, some guest speakers that will absolutely share with you what are they going through and how are they making it work and more than work. Some of them are even thriving. So all of the things that we can share with you. So welcome and welcome. And today, especially today, I have a very great guest and is a good friend, which I'm going to bring her very soon. Just letting you know that if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, please let us know. Put it in the chat. Let me know where you all are tuning in from. Where are you in the country? Where are you in the world? We would love to hear more about where you're from. So let's just start a little bit conversation. Hi, Bill. Good to see you. You like the music? I'm so happy. I'm, flipping tunes right here. So today I have a very special guest. As you know, I am an expert on Profit First, and we have Salon Cadence, which is a training company teaching all beauty professionals how to become better, stronger, profitable, success career for themselves in the beauty industry. We work every day with so many salon owners, teaching and training, and helping them become very independent, helping them become the CEO of their company, helping them learn, but what does it take to be profitable? Because let's face it, you could be the best person in the world, you can have the best team in the world, you can have the best leader in the world, have more energy than anything else, but if you are not creating a profitable business, it will be very difficult for you to keep the doors open. So here we are. I would love to introduce you to a really good friend of mine, Collina Duro. Now, Collina has been a member with us, Salon Cadence and Americans Beauty Show member for 2 years. And I know, Bill, I thought really that you were angry. And I'm like, what is it? Why is he so angry? Now there's 2 angry faces. What's going on? But she's been 2 years with Salon Cadence, and she's going to share a very unique story with you guys. She owns a salon in Marietta, Georgia. Hi, Collina.
Hi.
A very successful salon that has been going through several different lives. And so I can share with you guys everything about Collina. She's a mom. She's a mother to 2 children, a wonderful husband, have a very successful salon, has been in the salon industry for almost 8 years owning her salon. And she has quite of a story to share with you today. So welcome, Collina. So good to have one of our members.
Hi. Hi. Hey, Ronit. I love you guys. I'm so excited.
Hey, I am more excited than anybody. Collina,
Yes.
tell me, what did you do today? What was your day like today?
Oh, my goodness.
Crazy day. Monday's
Yes.
supposed to be your what is it? Is your organization day?
My organization day. So Monday's supposed to be my organization day. Today was challenging day, but for all the tools that Salon Cadence has taught me, I was able to take a ring of my day and plan it before I got started, so I wouldn't be all over the place, and make sure that I start the day with a good start. So today was a challenging day, but I got through the day and we made it work. So I had my coaching call today, and it was wonderful, excellent as always. So I just love it. I always say, you guys, there's God, there's Jesus, and then there's Ronit. So
my God, Collina, stop!
Right in line.
Don't make me blush. Keep it coming.
No,
keep it coming.
no, for real. Yes.
Collina, now listen, Collina, I'd love for you to share a couple of stories because I think you have an amazing story behind you.
What do you want to know
And
first?
oh my God. So how did you meet? How did you and IK met? Tell me about you and IK. How did you guys meet?
Me and my
Because
husband.
let me tell you, he is the most handsome husband I have ever seen. Okay. Okay. I mean, Bill
Thank you,
is
girl.
handsome, but IK got my attention. So tell me, how did you guys meet to begin with?
That's hilarious. So we met through a client. So I went to a client's house. This is when I was making house calls and I was doing people hair at their house. And I went to a client's house and she just, thought I was a pretty girl and she introduced me to her son's friend. And so that particular day, we didn't really meet up. So she called me about a couple of days later and was like, hey, we're out. And the guy that I wanted to introduce you to, he's here. And I said, oh, okay. And she was like, do you want to come meet him? And I was like, okay, so I just threw me on some clothes and I went to go meet him and he called me and he was like, hey, are you still coming? I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, I had somewhere to go, but I said, well, if you gotta go, you gotta go, but I'm on my way, I'm down the street. So he was like, okay, I'll wait. And so he waited for me and I got there and the rest was history. We have been like inseparable. We found out we live in the same neighborhood. We found out that our birthdays was only 7 days apart. And so he was at my house I was living with my mom at the time. He was at my mother's house every single day. My
I
mom would
love
say,
it.
that boy came over again today. So he was very persistent into getting this gal.
I love it. I love it. So okay, so you guys are dating now. How long have you been dating before you guys decided, okay, this is it. We're just gonna go for it.
Yeah, so we dated for about a month. No, we dated for about 8 months. We dated for about 8 months and we got married within a year's time. So we really liked each other and we were very young at the time, y'all. I was
Yeah.
only 19, he was 20 years old.
Wow,
So we
wow.
were so young and gullible and I just wanted to get married. So
Yeah, yeah.
we got married and the rest is history. So we've been together ever since.
It's so funny. People don't get married as young as you did at this point. And I got married when I was 22 and 4 days, right? 22 and
Wow.
4 days. So I totally get it, and I
Yeah.
married a good old American boy. That's how I called Bill,
Yeah.
and I not only married into Bill, I married into this whole America thing, right?
Right.
Which I always thought it was such a big movie to begin with.
Right.
And at 22, and my first child was 24, and my
Right.
second child was 25, which was
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
Now, what about you? When did you have your first one?
So we had a small unfortunate situation. So my first
Oh, here
child
we
was
go.
yeah, we had my
Oh,
first child was at I think I was 23, I think, when we first had my first child, but my first child passed. So
right. That's
yeah, so
right.
my first child passed. So I just had him early, but I had Levi not too long after that. So it was like a year after that. So I
Yeah.
was pregnant like 2 years in a row.
Okay, so you had your first child, and he was born, and then he passed. Was it?
He passed a month later. So I probably was working too much. So I used to of course, stand on my feet all the time. And I didn't know that I had what we call like preeclampsia, where you don't, it doesn't, your cervix doesn't close. This is very like probably real deep, y'all. But your
You don't
cervix
have to
don't
go that
really
deep.
close all the
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
So with Levi, they put me on bed rest really early. And then, of course, 10 years later, I had this 2-year-old at home now. So I had her, so I was on bed rest really early. So because I was pregnant those 2 years in a row, it just took a lot out of me. So I have a
yeah.
precious 11-year-old now and a precious 2-year-old now. So my son is Levi, he's the oldest, and then my daughter is Maraway, and she's the baby.
I loved both names. They're just so
Yes,
beautiful. Now you had your third baby. Well, actually you had your first baby, then you have your second baby, which
yes.
was KBB Salon.
Oh, yes. That
Yeah,
is a
so
child.
that is totally a child. So you
Yep.
decided to open a salon, and why? Why did you decide to open? What happened? Life,
Right,
life was
right,
busy enough, but then again, you decided, okay, let me open another salon.
right. So I enjoy doing hair. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to do hair. I really didn't. I knew I could do it very well. And I did it all through high school, all through middle school. I was the girl that was just doing everyone's hair, like for prom. And I was just doing it for fun. I mean, I probably did a full head of braids for like $50, or a sewing like $50 back in the day, right? So I just had a niche to do it. And then a couple of clients of mine, they were asking me all the time because I had a really good salon I went to, but then I had a so-so salon. But you know what? I always wanted to strive for more. I've always had um that inside of me where I wanted more, I wanted to do more, and I love the hair shows and all those type of things. And so the salons that were in wasn't really giving me exactly what I wanted. So it just came to this say, Collina, why don't you open up your own salon? Well, me, I'm thinking your salon, that's going to cost so much money. You have to be like a millionaire to open up a salon. That's how I was thinking. So then I found this one salon. I looked at some places around my area, which is downtown Marietta, and here in Atlanta, Georgia. So I found it, and the lady was like, "Okay, Collina, you can come look at the place." So I came to look at the place. I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so nice! I can do something with this." And at this time, it was a little commercial home on this street called Fairground Street. So I went to go meet her, and she was like, "Okay, well, the first," I said, "I love it. I'll, like it's mine. I'll take it." So then she's like, "Okay, well, the rent is gonna be 900." And I said, "Okay, I'll be able to do 900." I was young at the time. I was 23, 24. I was like, I can be able to, put my money together, and I'll be able to do that. I mean, 900 is still a lot of money, but at that time it felt
Yeah,
like a lot of money.
yeah.
So, and then she said, "Well, it's going to be 900 for the rent and then 900 for the deposit." I said, "Oh, it's going to be 1,800." So then I was like, "Okay, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it." So she gave me a little while, but she before it went, she put it back on the market, and I got up that money and I wrote her that check and I gave it to her, and I told her to cash it right now before.
I get home and I catch it. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's
So
amazing. It's amazing how, if you really want to open a business, if you really want to open company, if you want to open a salon, you really think that you need thousands and millions of dollars in order to become, I guess, successful and profitable. But you
right,
really don't. You really don't. So then what?
right.
Then what happened? You're a year into it. You're 2 years into it. What's going on at the salon?
So I'm like,
Kids, husband. Now the husband is on his own business. He owns his
yeah,
own. So we have two entrepreneurs,
yes,
working like chickens with no heads all around.
yes,
That.
yes.
What's going to happen? So what's going on? Tell me the story.
So then that was my first salon. So I worked there for 4 years. I had a really good salon. Now that I've been in Profit First, I can't say very profitable, but I had a really good money maker. We were making money, but I was spending it too. But and then I opened up this I had but money was in the bank, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna open up another salon. So we moved to this place where I'm in now, and so I could have more room and more stylists. So this place was doing well, and it was big enough that I had to close the other spot because the other spot was kind of very small, quaint salon. So I left there, I moved here, and when I moved here, I lost all my stylists from my old salon. This is when I was in the small house.
Yeah.
When I told them we were moving and I told them that we were going to this new salon, they all left. Every
Wow.
last one of them.
Wow.
Yes.
So you're actually started all over again, and this time it's not $900.
No,
This
no.
time the thousands of dollars would have
Oh
expected.
yeah, try
So,
2,000.
so you're starting from scratch. Obviously, you have not really much of income coming in. You
Yep.
probably working as your bomb off. You still have two children. You still have a husband.
Yes.
How did you ramp up? What happened to the fact that now you're running? Because I know of you since you had, I don't know, what, you had 7 or 8 employees. So how did you get ramp up to
So
that?
how did I wrap it up again? Well, I've always, just like I am now, very gullible, very happy, very lovable, I just was able to attract people, and I was really good at the social media thing. So I started putting ads on Indeed, and I will meet them at Starbucks, and I was interviewing them, and but at the time, not now, but at the time, whoever can do hair and whoever had a license, I would say, come on. So at that time, I probably had about 13 to 15 stylists in and out of this place until I got and then I said, hold on, I need a really core group. So I got a really core group. I saw the stars that were in my salon at that time, and I work with them and I work with them and I work with them. And the little information I know, because the thing about it with business, it's just like a child. Like, you may not know how to fix bottles and may not know how to change diapers, but you're going to figure it out. Like,
I love it. I love it.
you're going to figure it out.
And it's true. You don't know what you don't know, and once you
Yep.
get into it, it's like you're in it. You have to
Yes.
figure it out, and you have to, and in comparing myself to it, when I opened my first salon, I opened 600 square foot, and it was just by myself, and
Yep.
I had the dream and I had the vision of what I wanted it to be, but I just didn't know how to get there, just like
Yeah.
most of people. And you hire a lot of coaches, you read books, you listen to today, you listen to podcasts. Back then, I was listening to clients, and I was trying to work really hard so we can have I guess an order in my
Yeah.
life, at least an
Yeah.
order in my life. But
Yeah.
that didn't happen. The more I thought I need an order, the more I got busier. More people, more, suddenly you have 15 employees. You don't even know what to do, but you're
Right.
busy. So now what? Now, when did you realize that the business is doing well, but
Hmm.
you're not doing well, and why?
So, Ronit, you said it all. I mean, I'm going to go back, but to fast forward a little bit, I remember when listening to you at your class, and you were like, are you the electrician? Are you the marketing specialist? Are you the retail, conductor? Are you the coach? Are you the cheerleader? Are you this? And you start naming all that stuff. And I was like, that's me. I'm all of that. And I am beaten up. You're trying to be a mom. You're trying to be for your kids. It's just so much. So one thing you said, that you had hired a coach. Well, at this time, I didn't know anything about coaching. I heard about coaching before. I have heard of that, but I thought that was for the big wigs. I thought, like, once you were a big wig, you get a coach. And so, um, once I sat down, so back up a little bit. I always went to hair shows. So I would go to hair shows all the time because, I was very intrigued on the different styling and all the different things. But the more and more you get into your business, you start to see that there are some things that's missing. You start to see that your money cash flow is not really looking like how the salon looks. You might be busy, 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 but you're like, where is all the money going? Is there like a hole in the bottom of this place? Like, where is everything going? So then I switched to saying, hey, hairstyling, I have mastered that. Like, don't get me wrong, there's always something else to learn, but I need to become a business owner. So, from different people and listening to my different clients, like you said, they were saying go to the classes, and you, as the business owner, you're going to have to start separating yourself from the stylist. They're not going to become your friends, where you're, going out to lunch with them all the time. They are looking for you to guide them. They are looking for that next step. So I had to start putting myself in leadership classes and leadership places. So that's when I start going from the styling classes where everyone's doing all these new and innovative styles, till now I'm going to the business courses. So I'm going to the business classes. So I started that maybe about 2 years ago, where I made that switch in my mind. And then again 2 years ago, I met you and I saw something that says wealth, mindset, and freedom. Wealth, mindset, and freedom. And I said, wait a minute. Those are like three of the things that I want all summed up in one word. So I'm going to stay for this class. And I did. And just listening to you and just listening to your presentations about projections, about your cost per hour, about all of these things, I just did not do,
Yeah.
and how you can scale your business. It was so wonderful to hear that. And I wanted to know how to do that. And so I signed up. I don't know if you remember, but I like signed up right away.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and make my appointment. I'm ready.
No, so that's really cool, because, and thank you for everything, but really I want to speak to everybody out there. It doesn't take a lot to open any kind of a business.
No.
It really doesn't. The thing is,
Nope.
it doesn't take a lot to make a baby, right? It's just,
Right,
you don't know
right.
what's the process to do that.
Yeah, I'm
But
not
then
from a rich family. I mean, I'm from the town that I'm from. It's more church. People got more people in their churches than it does in my family. Well, back in the day before when churches were open. But yeah, I'm not from a rich, family. So, I really started from what they call nothing. So, yeah, you can do it.
and we owe it to ourselves.
Yeah.
And you said a couple of important words. You said you change your mind, you change your thinking, and we spoke about it today.
Yeah.
At some point you have to start believing, in the beginning,
Yes.
believing that there is a reason why you build a company. There's a reason why you're working as hard as you are. And when is it the company is going to start working for you,
Yep.
instead of you working for the company
Yep.
nonstop? Because
Yep.
it's just, at one point you're just going to fall into exhaustion,
Exhaustion completely.
and you're still totally in a burnout mode,
Yep.
and you still have not yet got what you want from it.
Yes.
So when, at that point, you knew exactly what you want. And
Yeah.
so if I ask you today, what is it that you wanted then, that you figure out, and that's that thought that came to yourself and says that this is what I want.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the two or the three or the fourth thing you said, this is what I want in my life right now?
Well, like I said, the mindset, wealth, and freedom. I knew I needed to change my mindset. I will read books, like you said, about mindset, but I wanted to understand wealth, and I really needed the freedom. I needed it. It was calling my name. Like, I had to have it. I had this 2-year at home, and at the time, 11-year-old at home, had my husband. And even if you don't even have kids, I mean, I think that's not to say worse, but because you give your all to this business. I mean, you give everything to it. You lose, I know some people from their jobs or their place of business, you'll lose a husband, some kids, just all type of different things, trying to keep this thing afloat. So I knew it had to be better. And I wanted to be able to learn it so I can help the next woman that was trying to own a business and then have to lose everything. So that number one thing for me was freedom. I had to know, how in the heck do I get my freedom back and get from behind that chair 80 hours, 90 hours a day, a week.
Yeah. No, nobody can actually run a company. And when you have a company, there's a number that when you start saying, I own a company. And so if you have 3 employees, it's no longer about you. It's about the
Yep.
company.
Yeah.
So fast forward, we
Yes.
start working together, but you already have an existing culture
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you realize that you need to do some improvement into the culture if you want to own your life, if you want to
Right.
own your time. You knew you wanted to do something different, and you implemented a lot of the things, and then boom,
Boom.
boom, out of nowhere, COVID gets in. COVID-19 gets in, and not a big slap in the face. Whoa.
Tell me
Now,
about it, girl.
now what?
I had just started the program with you. I mean, I had like, and so it's like when you start something, you're like on cloud nine. So I was so excited. I had already, like she said, built a really good culture. We were already doing really well. I had some great styles. They are phenomenal. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to take this and run with it. However, let me say this.
Yes.
I had a really good team. I had a really good staff. The culture was pretty good, but for what I needed to make some major changes. I really, everything that I was doing, just know that I would, from where I was, is not that I was doing it totally wrong, but I had to make some major tweaks, like some really heavy tweaks that I knew would possibly ruffle some feathers. I really did. And I
Mm,
was very nervous about changing a lot of things because I knew it was going to ruffle some feathers. I knew it's like, going this direction and telling everybody, hey, y'all, we got to go to the left now. I know we've been going to the right. I know we've been doing this, but we got to go to the left. And they're like, girl, I ain't going to the left. We done came too far this way.
now, the thing is that you knew that you need to ruffle some feathers from quite a bit, but you didn't have the
The
guts to do it.
tools.
I
Yeah, I
didn't
didn't.
get that. So COVID comes in, rolls
Yep.
the punches right in. We all go into a major lockdown, which I actually called it, and I say, and this is a true story to everybody who's listening. Everybody went into a shutdown, obviously,
Yep.
and it was just a halt, a halt.
Yeah.
And we at Salon Cadence immediately decided we are no longer going to work on getting any more new clients, but we're going to dive right into of working with our own existing clients and how can we make sure that they go into the other side, the safe side.
Yeah.
And I pick up the phone and I call Collina, and Collina doesn't answer the phone. I text Collina, Collina doesn't text back to me. I call again. I'm a pain in the ass when it comes to do that. As
Right.
everybody knows, I will not stop.
Right.
I'll call the
You be
husband, I'll
on it.
call the mother, I'll be in the hospital. It doesn't matter. I'm in somewhere around the country, but I
Yes.
will make sure that I know what's going on with Kalina.
Right.
And I pick up the phone,
And
Kalina,
I
you pick
love
up
it.
the phone and you said to me, and this just, I remember it like it was yesterday. And you said to me, I can't get out of bed. I literally I was in the hospital last night
Right.
with high blood pressure,
Hmm.
and I don't want to do any of this anymore.
Yep. I bust a blood vessel in my eye. That's how high my blood pressure was. I
Wow.
bust a blood vessel in my eye. I was
Tell us
bloodshot red.
tell us the story about
Hmm.
tell us
So
what happened.
it was so much pressure. It was like I knew I had a lot of changes I needed to do, and I needed to do them fast. Um, they say desperate time, desperate measures. So I needed to do some pretty intense things really fast. And then was it before COVID or after COVID? I don't even remember.
It all because of COVID, everything comes mashed together. No,
Yeah.
this was after. This was you
Yeah.
were ready, you were okay, and then a
Yep.
month into COVID, you were like, "I'm not getting out of bed. I don't want to do." Because I think it was like, for you, it was letting your staff know that
Yes, that
you
we had to
shut
close.
down. You want them to be with you on the one page. You want the
Yep.
support, and you didn't get it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So it was so much because we didn't know what was going on, because even in Atlanta, I don't know if you remember, I think we were the last people to shut down in the whole world, I feel
Yeah,
like. So we were like, and the clients were counseling.
still, yeah.
Yeah, still. Yes. Thank you. So it was like people were calling, people were counseling, the clients were calling me. I mean, stylist was calling me. It was just so much going on that my blood pressure had went to the roof. It went so high, bust a blood vessel in my eye. My eye was bloodshot red. And so it was so much pressure on me. I just couldn't take it. I really couldn't take it. But, like you said, you call, my husband was there. Everybody was there for me to help me get through that. And honestly, I had to you told me, you said, hey, shut it down. You had no, you said you make a decision. You have to make a decision, Collina. Once you make that decision, it will go and you have to stick to it and everything will go with it. So I said, okay. So I got a meeting on with those girls that night and I told them we're gonna shut it down. We're gonna close the salon and we're gonna take leadership in this. The country might not want the state might not want to shut us down, but we need to keep everybody safe and to keep things going. So I don't want to jeopardize anyone. We're gonna close it down. And I promise you the next day they shut everything down. So that was a good relief though. So, I took that leadership ability to say, hey, we're not going to play these games. We're just going to go ahead and shut things down, make a decision, and keep moving.
I love that. And
Mm-hmm.
making a decision is the most powerful tool you have.
Yes, it is.
Until you make a decision, you can just torment yourself like nothing else. But good leadership, good leaders today, especially more than any other time, you
Yes.
need to make decision and you make decision fast, not
Fast.
slow, fast.
Yep. Yep.
And so you made the decision.
Yep.
And once you made a decision, I think you went into a little bit of relaxation time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Which is so needed. You needed to withdraw. You needed to restore.
Yes.
You came back from this restoration, a whole new Collina. And can we put aside Ronit and Jesus and everybody else?
Okay.
You are the Jedi. Nobody else is the Jedi.
I know, but you guys help so much.
And somewhere there has been a major change of belief that made Collina like, who are you? Who is that person? Please tell us. What happened then? You decided to completely change everything. What happened?
Well, I think you said it, Rodney. I just decided to make a change. I said, you know what? I have so many different tools. I have so much on my side. I know I'm a good person. I just know that I have good intentions. My intentions are good. So you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I've done it the wrong way. And it's almost like when you do it the wrong way, you kind of like stick, you like, even when somebody is wrong, they almost like, keep going like it's right. I said, I did it like that, like it was right and kept, hold on to it. I said, I need to do that. No, get with the right tools. So I took those tools and I ran with it and I just swift my mindset, and every day I do it, you guys. It's not like, I did it that one time and then that took me on for eternity. I have to do it almost every day. And so you just make those decisions. You told us to read a book, The Power of Decision Making. And I read that book. I listened to it. Is it The Power of Decision Making? The Power of Decision?
Yeah, The Power of Decision.
Yeah. And I listened to that and I might have to listen to it a couple times, but she's right. You make those decisions and you make them quickly and you stick to them. You stick to your decision that you continue to make. So in that time, I had decided what I was going to do in my business. I had changed my website during that time. I had changed some of my structures during that time. I had did a whole nother handbook. I had restructured my whole business during COVID-19. And again, you guys, I don't know if she wanted to fast forward this time, but after I did that, I said, hey, you know what? I have my structure now. I've made a decision on what we're going to do with the business. I came up with our new structure and our new culture, which is affordable luxury to professional clients in a timely manner.
I love it.
So yes.
Yes, and hallelujah for that, because I think that you made that decision to change everything, but you made a decision to create something that you wanted.
Yeah, yes. And let me say that. I had to learn how to love my business again. I had
Yeah.
to learn how to love my business. I said, what do I want? What do I really want out of this company? What do I really want out of this business? And so I had to fall back in love with my company. I had to go back to the basics and look and see, what did I really open this darn business for? You know? So I went back to that, and it gave me a chance to start all over. So COVID gave me a chance to start all over. So even encouraging people during this time, if they feel like they need to start over, good, start over. It's the best thing to do. You know, it's the best thing to do, to just sit down, have a powwow with yourself, and just get down to the nitty gritty and say, what do I want? That's the number one thing. What do I want? What do I want? How do I want to live? How many days do I want to work? What days am I going to work? You know, everything. What kind of culture do I want? What is the core value? What's the heartbeat of my company? I sat
Mhm.
down and thought about all of that. And that's what I did. And so I introduced it to my new staff. Well, not my new staff, my old staff. And hi, you guys. My old staff said, nope,
Bye
we're
bye.
sorry. Bye bye.
Sorry,
And all
not
said,
sorry.
yes, sorry, not
Not
sorry.
sorry.
They all said, that all sounds good, but I ain't with it. So, you know, but you know what? I had made that decision and I stuck to it. Even one of my girlfriends, she's a good girlfriend of mine. She said, "Well, I thought you was gonna call us back," and I was like, "No, I know. I stuck to my guns. That's what I was gonna do. I wasn't gonna sway or lean. Now, was I a little nervous? Maybe a tad, but I'm gonna tell you this. I knew that I knew that God was on my side. I knew that the universe was working in my favor. I knew that if I stuck to my guns and I went on with the new things that I had made, that God was going to bring the people in my life that needed to be in there for this time. And so that is exactly what happened. Once I made a decision, yes, I had to get back behind that chair for a little while. And that's one thing I said. I said, well, I do know how to do hair. You know, it's not like I don't. So I got back behind the chair. I had one of my good stylists that came with me, and you coached me through that, because you were saying that, Collina, don't get back into that hole of being behind that chair. And so you was telling me to hire. But this other thing too about hiring, not just hiring like I did back in the day at the coffee shop. If you had a license and you know you could do
And you
hair and
look
you
you and
smile
you
and
look
you
cute,
look
you can
cute,
come and work.
come work.
Yeah.
This time I had my ideal client. I had my ideal staff. I had my ideal staff member. What did I want from them? What not only do they look like, how do they sound? What their goals? What were their values? Did it matches my values? You know, could we work together as a team? You know, were they just coming in with their own agenda? You know, so I made sure that I had my ideal staff member sitting right there while I was interviewing them. And you know what I had to do? I had to reject some people, which is the hardest thing for me, you guys. I love
Yeah.
saying yes to everybody. I'm like, okay, let me see if I can put her at this station over here. I can make a station, and then she can be my shampoo assistant. I'll make up something, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then like three weeks later, I'm like, oh God, how am I gonna get this girl out of here?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't do that. I made sure I stuck to my guns. I stuck to my ideal staff member. If they did not work, I sent, rejection letter, a
Yeah.
nice rejection letter that, you guys, I never did before. I never
Yeah.
did that before,
You
So
know, if you I always come to these analogies, because it happened, right? It happened to me a
yeah,
couple of times. If
yes,
I'm sitting in an Uber ride going from the airport to whatever I need to go, and I'm stuck in traffic for 1 hour with
yeah,
one of my staff members, and there is no chemistry, and I
yes,
can't find what to talk to that person, not a good match. Just
no,
not a good match, right?
not at all.
So now you learned how to go through, the power of decision,
Yep,
about being persistent, about
yep,
sticking to your guns, and definitely being nervous, but letting the nerve get you pushed through it. We got a little bit of help from the government to
Yep.
help us go through shuts down, which allows us, and I want to talk about money because you know I love to talk about money,
Yes.
which gave you some confidence, right? It was sitting on the side, didn't really use it much,
No.
but it was there to allow you to go through the rebuilding, even if it's mindset, even if it's mentally. But I
Yeah.
want to talk about money because we can talk about culture change and model change and everything. But if there's something that you completely had to relearn and re-educate yourself, and you, because you ask me all the time, Ronit, I want to know about those numbers. Ronit, I don't get those numbers. Ronit, what is QuickBooks is all about? I want you to teach me everything about the numbers so I can make decision on my own. I don't need you. So when did you completely felt like you were the most untouchable, person that can go through these hard times,
Yeah.
even financially?
When I learned them numbers. When I learned how those numbers work and the allocations and putting the money away, not having everything in this one pot, just really allocating everything to your different different accounts or different allocations. I understood what profits was for the very first time, because we think of profits first, we think, income, expenses, then it's what's left over, which there's absolutely nothing sometimes. So then I understand that, through your program, I was talking about income, then profits, then expenses. Then it gets to the point where when you start to look at your money, this is my saying. I say, well, who gets my money? You know, who gets my hard earned money? So sometimes some things it's a lot of things now I say no to that I might have said yes to before because I don't want to pay for that. I don't
Yeah.
want them to have my hard earned money. So I say no, I don't want to add it to my expense. I would rather have that in my profits. So then I wanted to cut my expenses. And big thing that you said, QuickBooks. I had an accountant, and then you gave me a great, 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 beautiful accountant. And I learned how to even review my P&L. I had, the only time I looked at a P&L was at the end of every year, every year. Every year I'm looking at a P&L and see how much money I lost.
Yeah.
Okay? See how much
Well,
money I lost every year.
sadly enough, we all of us are being brought up by the gap system, which is the general acceptance principle, and we all been taught that income minus expenses equal profit, which is all the way. I mean, if you look at this, the income is this big, and
Right.
then the expenses is this
Oh,
big in the
yeah.
profit and loss, and then right here and the bottom, which you always like so afraid to look like, please, I don't, just tell me what it is, tell me what. Yeah, maybe you will
Yes.
have 5%, maybe you'll have
Right.
5% profit, and who wants, which by the way, that profit got hijacked anyhow by
Yep.
a long time ago by your credit card. So
Right.
how do we manage, how do we change all that? And I spoke to Andy shortly before we got on that, and she texted me and she said to me, Renita, I just can't believe it, I just looked at my bank accounts, and they're just looking so good. So I
So
don't want
good.
to, so good. So here's the thing. So if now you are in your place, you got a whole new staff, you're building the culture that you're looking to build. What can you tell us going through this time? And whenever I talk to you, I get so inspired, right? I always see a smile at Collina, even when it's hard,
Yeah.
even when things were very sticky. You always tapped everything. You always got that biggest smile and the greatest energy.
Thank
So
you.
what does it take for us entrepreneurs in small businesses going through difficult times, as you guys all heard, that the cards that we were dealt this
Yeah.
year? What does it take to get to the other side?
So let me piggyback what Andy said. I feel like Andy. I had the most money during COVID that I've ever had in my entire life. So trust me, I understand that. That's a good motivation, number one.
Okay.
Uh,
Money is good. Money is not bad. Many
n-
of us think that money is evil, but it is not,
no, no.
because as much as it doesn't really controls everything, it does help.
Right, right. It's my good friend Les Brown. Well, not my good friend, but I love listening to him. He's my friend in heart. He doesn't know he's
Yes,
my
of
friend.
course he is. Of course he is.
So he says that everyone says that, money is bad or whatever, but he said I would love to find out myself. Being rich is bad. He was like,
Yes.
I would love to find out myself.
Well,
So
money does touches everything.
oh,
So
right,
yeah.
right, right, right. You definitely need it. But back to what we were saying. Honestly, what keeps me going, number one, is my kids, my family. I was raised by a very, very, very good family. But like you said, we all, I was not I was not rich growing up. I was raised in a what anybody would consider a poor area, but I wanted to make something of myself. And that doesn't have to be where, and it could be where you want to be famous. It could be where you want to be so well known. Mine's is that I want to create a culture in my salon. I want to create a culture in the hair industry for African American girls, any girl, anybody that is saying that, hey, I don't think I could do it, or it's too much to do. You can do it. You can definitely do it, and get you some really good a really good coach. Get you listen to, sometimes when I'm in the car, I don't listen to the radio. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to a lot of YouTube motivational people. I listen to so many different type of motivational speeches and things. And so those kind of things keep me going. Some people listen to the Bible or read the Bible. I do that as well. But what really gets me going is when I really listen to stories. When you start listening to motivational things, you'll start listening to stories just like this. You'll start listening to people, how they came up and went all the way down to nothing and had to build themselves back up. And you'll start to know that it's not just you. It's the goodest thing to know you're not by yourself. I'm talking from a Black girl. You always think the white people just got it all together. Well, sometimes I listen to them and I said, oh no, they have problems just like me. So you start to seem like you're not all by yourself. It's other people that's going through the same thing. We all have to do it. So it's just different levels. If you once you're at $1 million, you want to get to 10 million. So everyone's striving for something more.
Yeah.
So
And there's nothing wrong with more.
yeah, no, no, no. And I really love, what I've become, and the things that's, has happened, and the joy that I have, the peace that I have. I'm down to 2 days behind the chair now. So when I came back from COVID, like I told you, I didn't have nobody, right? So now I have, a good 6 of us in here, and they great, awesome. With my new program, I'm with their new, we're helping each other grow, and it's
Collina,
just wonderful.
look at this. With all of this and all the time that you spend into it, you even build a YouTube channel.
I did.
Look at this. And this is your staff is in that YouTube channel.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Look at
That's
this, guys. Look at this. So she's got her own show going on right now. What is it about?
Yeah, so it's off the books, and it's just a group of us just together, and we go on and talk about stuff that's off the books. So, we talk about things that our clients have maybe mentioned in the salon, but not nothing bad, talking behind their back, but just little things that happen, things that go on in your regular life, hair tips, inspirational things. We just try to keep you motivated, give you something funny to watch, something inspirational to watch during this time where we're still kind of quarantining, at home. So just bringing you into our home, into our salon life. So it's off the books.
Oh, let's watch that for a couple of minutes, see how it looks. Off the book.
She loved to say welcome back like we went on commercial break. Like, why you say welcome back?
Don't mind that. We're not even gonna refilm that. We're gonna say, let's keep going.
I love it. I love it. This is
Yes, so
awesome. This
that's
is
us,
awesome.
honey. We just like girl time. It's just girl time.
I love it. And the clients love it. They love the energy,
Hmm.
especially now that all we can talk about is safety. It's
Yep.
nice to have something fun. So, Kalina,
Yes.
I am so honored to
Yes.
have you here and to listen. We
I
usually
am so honored to be on, Roni. I'm just grateful. Thank you so much.
no more than anybody. I am so grateful because I get to share you with everybody else here.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants a little bit of an inspiration and true stories, this is what we do here. we
Hmm.
bring you we bring you really good, great tips. So before we say goodnight,
Yes.
other than the fact that I salute you because I think you're amazing.
No, same to you.
That, well, admiration, your
Yeah.
mother, your children, we go through everything, we build a business. Your legacy is all about, I want to create something beautiful and special for,
Yes.
for the women or for the men in the world, that
Yep.
they can be independent, they can build a company.
Yep.
What are the three things that you can give us and everybody who's listening
Hmm.
of what should we learn, or what should we embrace to go through hard times, and how can we prevail, and what do we need to do in order to become even a stronger um, business owners?
Yeah. Well, the number one thing is never stop trying. Keep trying. It's the only time that you fail is when you stop. So you just keep going and keep trying. Um, the other thing is, um, I'm gonna say pray. I pray a lot. And some people meditate a lot. You could do either one just to kind of clear your mind and just to hear from a source, or even just hear you from yourself. And it's a thing called happy brain. Just getting that happy brain moment where your thought pattern. The thing about it is when negativity is there, is no creativity in negativity. So you can't even think about what's your next move when you're down and your negative thoughts are there. So you try to find that happy place and almost psych yourself out, really write it down, journal, get in that happy place. And then once you get there, that creativity, I promise you, will start rolling, will start coming, and start to really inspire you on what your next move is. And then the next thing is do it. You have to just do it.
You just got to do the work.
Yeah,
You
you
just
got to do the
got to do
work.
the work. You got
You
to
have to
grind,
do the work.
everybody. Yeah. Yeah. And
Yep.
you know
Even in
what?
the, yeah, you might be crying, sad. Just do it. Just do it. Scared. I know a girl to say, do it scared. Do it scared.
Yeah. Well, running a business and building a company is a true formula. It's a
Yeah.
formula.
Yep.
It's a recipe. It's a
Yep.
recipe. But you gotta follow the recipe. You gotta be in the
Yes.
action zone, and you gotta learn your numbers. You gotta learn your
You
numbers.
have to learn the numbers. I don't know, y'all. Roni has the numbers. She has the recipe.
Yeah. And she's got the mindset, and she's getting the wealth.
Yes,
And now we're working on that freedom. So
absolutely.
thank you so much,
You're
Kalina.
so welcome. Thank you.
Just
I'm honored.
honor is all mine. You are the Jedi. So we're gonna say goodbye to everybody next week.
Yes. Good
Next week
night.
we're having another amazing salon owner is going to join us and share with us um, new things in order to increase different creativity. So I can't wait
Oh,
to
yes.
share with everybody. Kalina, hang on, don't get
Okay.
off.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say goodbye to everybody.
All
So
right.
good. So good for everybody to join in. I'm still waiting for that DJ who's going to join me and to flip some music so we can all jam
Yes.
at hammer time. But if there's anything you guys want to learn, if there's anything you have a question about, is there anything you want to talk about? Maybe you want to come to the show and talk about your products and you want to showcase your product that is going to help everybody do even better. please come to Ronit's coaching. Join us on Huddle Time, Americans Beauty Show. Send me an email. Reach out to me. We're very reachable. And we're going to see you next Monday. Have a great week, everybody.